Hello, my dear students. How are you all? Hopefully, you are fine. I'm your biology teacher, and my name is Afsar Raza. Okay, and today we are going to discuss a wonderful topic. That's name is genetics. So, how many of you know about the genetics? किसी को कोई आइडिया है जेनेटिक्स के बारे में? क्या है जेनेटिक्स? किस लिए पढ़ते हैं जेनेटिक्स? सो आज का हमारा टॉपिक रहेगा जेनेटिक्स और इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा डिटेल में हम लोग बात करेंगे.
स्टार्ट.
थोड़ी डिटेल में इसको आज पढ़ेंगे. ओके, सो जेनेटिक्स, if you will define genetics, so we will define as genetics is a branch of science or biology which deals about the inheritance or the heredity. Okay, ये वंशागति की बात करता है और कैसे how the characters are transferring from one generation to another generation, from the parents to the offsprings, how the characters are going to be transferred. Okay, so these all things, these all the fundaments, these all things we should clear in this topic genetics. Okay, so the genetics is not a very primitive term. Okay, so this genetics is just introduced some 2 centuries before. Okay, so there was a scientist whose name is Mendel, and not literally he is a scientist. पहले वो तो एक पादरी थे. पादरी, you know, Christ in church. Okay, so ये चर्च में काम किया करते थे. अभी हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं जेनेटिक्स की, और जब बात करेंगे जेनेटिक्स की और मेंडल साहब ना आए तो फिर जेनेटिक्स का क्या, जेनेटिक्स पढ़ाने में कोई फायदा नहीं है. तो जेनेटिक्स के फादर हैं हमारे मेंडल साहब, जिनका पूरा नाम है ग्रेगर जॉन मेंडल. और ये जो मेंडल साहब हैं, ये साइंटिस्ट अपने जीते जी नहीं बनता है. इनको साइंटिस्ट बनने के लिए लगभग इनके मरने के काफी सालों बाद इनको ये उपाधि मिला कि भैया आप तो साइंटिस्ट थे और आप बिना अपना प्रशंसा हासिल किए हुए दुनिया से चले गए. सो बात है 1882 की, 1882. ओके, not 1882, it's 1822. Okay, he born in 1822 in Austria. So after being adult, he started working in a church. He worked as priest. ये वहां के फादर थे और इनके पास ये जहां जिस चर्च में काम किया करते थे, उस चर्च में एक बड़ा सा गार्डन था. एक बड़ा सा गार्डन था और उस गार्डन में बहुत सारे वेजिटेबल्स ये उगाया करते थे. तो अब ये थोड़े न्यूटन टाइप का दिमाग रखते थे, ये थोड़ा साइंटिस्ट वाला दिमाग रखते थे, थोड़े न्यूटन टाइप से. तो एक दिन वो अपने गार्डन में बैठे बैठे सोच रहे थे कि ये जो कुछ प्लांट्स हैं, मोस्टली इनका ध्यान गया पी प्लांट्स पे. इसलिए नहीं क्योंकि वो पी प्लांट है, इसलिए क्योंकि उससे वो आगे चल करके अपने एक्सपेरिमेंट में यूज करने वाले थे. और भी बाकी सारे प्लांट्स थे. उन सारे प्लांट्स को देख करके उनके मन में यह ख्याल आता था कि ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू थिंक that how some plants are that much taller and some are shorter. Why this variation is? Why this variation is? He also thinks about the humans and the animals. Not all the humans are of same types. Not all the animals are of same types. Okay, their color may be different. Okay, and their height may be different. Their body shape may be different. In same species also, the difference we can see. So these all things is rendering in his mind. Okay, and he always tried to think like, he always used to think that how these things are going on. What's the reason, the difference we can see in the species of same species, kind of same species. ये एक ही जैसे दिखने वाले ऑर्गेनिजम्स के अंदर इतने सारे डिफरेंट कैसे देखने को मिल रहे हैं? ये एक ही पेड़ है, पीक, दैट इज पाइथन सटाइवम. ये बार बार ये देखने को क्यों मिल रहा है कि ये कोई पेड़ छोटा है, कोई पेड़ बड़ा है. ओके, सो ये बार बार ये सोचते रहते थे. सो अब ये जितने भी, ये मैं क्यों बता रहा हूं, क्योंकि एक्चुअली जेनेटिक्स क्या है? जेनेटिक्स इसी चीज को डील करता है. द जेनेटिक्स डील्स the variation within the population, why this variation is happening. Okay, so now we are moving to Mendelian law of inheritance. Okay, so the full name of Mendel was Gregor John Mendel, and he is a Austrian monk. In Austria, he is born in a church. Okay, born on 20 July 1822 in Czech Republic. Okay, Czech Republic is a place in Austria. Okay, and what is his contribution? His contribution is he developed the law of inheritance, that is known as Mendel's law of inheritance, and he is also known as the father of genetics. Okay, so his experimental material is pea plant, that is Pisum sativum. The Pisum sativum is a pea plant on which he does the experiment till 7 years of his life. Okay, and he concluded some of his experiments, that is known as Mendel's law of inheritance. Okay, so and one thing you should also remember that he died on 6 January 1884. Okay, so there are some important terminology, that is you have to remember this. Okay, this will be used in the next topic. Okay, so when we are going to read the we are going to discuss the cross. Okay, that monohybrid and dihybrid cross. In that cross, this trait. Okay, these are all terminologies. Okay, the trait, hereditary, genotype, phenotype, dominant, recessive, homozygous, and heterozygous. These all terminology is very important. That is going to be used in the next topic, that is the Mendelian cross. Okay, so that what is trait? Trait, any character that can be passed from parent to offspring. Any character, like in humans, the hair color, eye color. Okay, and your height also, your skin color. These all things are the characters that are going to be passed on from parent to their offspring. Okay, so any character that can be passed from parent to offspring, that is trait. And what is heredity? Heredity is the passing of traits. Is the passing of traits from parent to their offspring. What is heredity? The collection of the traits that along going to pass from one generation to another generation, that is heredity. And moving to the next point, that is genotype. Okay, so genetic makeup of an organism, that is complete set of genes. The number of genes we are having in our single cell, that is the complete set of genes. Okay, number of chromosomes, in that chromosome the genes are present. Okay, so the genotypes are the genetic makeup. What your gene is going to be predict which type of organism we are going to be in the next generation, in the upcoming growth phase. Okay, and that is genetic makeup, the genetic appearance. Okay, and moving to the next point, that is phenotype. Phenotype, the physical appearance of an organism. Physical appearance of an organism, how we are going to look from outside. Like we humans, we have ears, we have nose, we have eyes, we have hands. Okay, so these सारी चीजें, these all things are going to predict the phenotype. Okay, one can be longer, one can be shorter. Okay, one can be fatty, one can be thinner. Okay, these all things, this whatever we are going to see by our eyes, that is the phenotype. And in the genotype, the genetic makeup, we cannot going to be observed by our eyes. Okay. So moving to the next point, that is dominant trait. Okay. A trait expressed preferentially over another trait. Okay. Dominant trait is a trait or a gene. Okay. Every trait has genes that is going to express that character. Okay. So that dominant gene is going to express preferentially. What is preferentially? That is going to suppress another genes present behalf of them. Okay, present behalf. Okay, और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे genes होंगे. Okay, उन सारे genes को suppress करके dominant gene अपने character को show करेगा. Only the dominant trait are going to express. Only the dominant gene is going to express their character. That is the dominant trait. Okay. And moving to the recessive trait. Okay, you can have the example also. Okay, so the important thing is dominant trait. Always we can also say the dominant gene. The trait is going to express by the genes. Okay, and that gene is going to be expressed in capital letters. We should write in capital letters. The dominant gene should write in. We should write in capital letters. Okay, we should write in capital letters. Capital T, capital T. Okay, and moving to the recessive trait, a trait that is preferentially masked by the dominant gene. Okay, preferentially masked by the dominant gene means this recessive traits gene is not going to express their character because of the dominant gene. Because of the dominant gene, so the recessive trait is not going to be expressed. Okay, so and the recessive trait or the gene, recessive genes are written in the lower case, small t, small t. This should be written in lower cases. This should be written in lower cases. Okay. So this dominant gene and recessive gene, they both are written in same letters for the same character. These are going to be written in same letters for the same character. If the character is different, the letter is going to be different. Okay, but the dominant should be capital and the recessive should be lowercase, small. Okay, and moving to the next point, that is homozygous genotype. Okay, so what is a homozygous genotype? A gene combination, like there is a combination of gene involving two dominant and two recessive genes. Two dominant and two recessive genes, that is capital T, small t. There should be same gene. There should be same gene. Either capital T or either small t. If one is capital T, one is small t, then it is not going to be homozygous. It is going to be heterozygous. In heterozygous genotype, a gene combination involving one dominant and one recessive gene, that is capital T, one dominant, and small t, one recessive gene. In homozygous genotype, the both are going to be capital. Okay. Capital T, small t. Okay. Understood? So now we are going to discuss today's main topic, that is the Mendelian cross. Okay. So now we are going to discuss the Mendelian cross, and the Mendelian cross are of three types. Okay, Mendel worked on three types of cross. The first one is monohybrid cross, second one dihybrid cross, and the third one is trihybrid cross. Okay, so while discussing about the crosses, so we are going to now discuss. I am going to tell you a story about this cross. From where this cross came. Okay, one day Mendel is just roaming in his garden. Okay, in his garden he found some pea plants are taller and some pea plants are dwarf. And he think that Why some are taller? Why some are dwarf? Okay, and he is a farmer also. He does farming in the garden. Okay, in their own in the church garden, he does the farming also. Okay, and he also knows the method of hybridization. And this hybridization method, one plant is going to be converted into either male or female. Okay, he knows the technique about the hybridization. Okay, so he thought I should perform a experiment. Okay, so he thought one plant I will take as male plant and one plant I will take as female. Okay, so you know all the bagging. Okay, whatever the methods that is involved in hybridization, you know it. Okay, so we are not going to discuss the method of hybridization. So he performed the experiment in which the monohybrid cross was the first cross. Okay, what is actually happening in the monohybrid cross? So now we are going to discuss the monohybrid cross. So in the monohybrid cross, he has taken character that is the plant height. That is plant height, and the traits are tall and dwarf. So tall one has the capital T genes, and the dwarf one has small t. This one is dominant and this one is recessive. Okay, this capital T gene tall plant is dominant, and this small t recessive plant is dwarf plant is recessive. Okay, so I'm going to rub this. We'll move to monohybrid cross in detail. So the monohybrid cross. Okay, character is height of plant. Okay, trait is tall and dwarf. Okay, so one male planet is capital T, that is tall, male one, and the female one is small t, that is dwarf. Okay, from this capital T gamete will form, and from this dwarf small t gamete will form. When these both are going to be fused, the capital T small t zygote will form, and this will produce tall plants. Okay, so in the F1 generation, 100% plants are tall. Okay, 100% plants are tall. Okay, so this time when Mendel concluded this, how it happens sir? ये कैसे हो गया? 100% plants tall हो गए. मैंने तो एक tall वाला प्लांट लिया था और एक dwarf वाला प्लांट लिया था. ये कैरेक्टर जो है dwarf वाला वो गया तो गया किधर? Where that character gone? In the F1 generation, this one is the F1 generation. This one is F1 generation. In F1 generation, he found 100% tall plants. So now he started thinking on something is गड़बड़. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Okay. So after this cross, after this F1 generation, he didn't get the answer. Okay, so he further got to an वो एक तो मेंडल ने एक दिमाग लगाया. He applied his mind because he is farmer and he also knows the method of hybridization. So he decided to perform a self cross between this F1 plants. Okay, so he performed a test cross. A test cross in between the F. He performed a cross between F1 generation. They both are tall. One is male, one is female. Okay, and from this, two types of gamete will form: capital T, small t, and from this, two types of gamete will form: capital T, small t. Okay, so after that, this gamete will fuse with each other. This one is capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and small t, small t. So this is the F2 generation. This is the F2 generation. What he found in F2 generation? Capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t, small t. So this capital T is dominant. So these three are top, and this one is dwarf. Now Mendel got relaxed. अब मेंडल यहाँ पे रिलैक्स हो गया कि चलो भैया, मेरा जो ड्वार्फ वाला कैरेक्टरिस्टिक था वो कहीं तो आगे दिखा, वो कहीं तो आगे दिखा. तो मेंडल ने कहा कि वो जो मेंडल सेड दैट the characters that will not appear in first generation, that is going to be appeared in the next generation. Okay, because these dwarf genes, these small t, okay, these small t are the recessive genes. Okay, these small t are the recessive genes. Even Mendel don't know what are the recessive, what are the dominant genes. Okay, after some centuries, these dominant and small genes are discovered. Okay, the reasons are discovered why this is happening there. But Mendel does not given this data of dominant or recessive. They just given a mathematical data that how much I have in F1 generation, how much I have got tall plants, 100% tall plants. In the F2 generation, I have got 3 tall and 1 dwarf plant. Okay, means 75% tall plants and 25% dwarf plants. He just given the numbers and the ratio. Okay, so that is the thing, that is recessive gene. Recessive gene is not able to express their character in the F1 generation because this capital T, this dominant gene is present in F1 generation. This dominant gene is present in F1 generation. As you know, the dominant gene will always suppress the recessive gene, and the recessive gene is not able to express their characteristic. Okay, so the tall plant is only visible, only produced in the F1 generation when it was crossed with self. Okay, this one is self crossing. Self cross. Okay, self cross between the offsprings. Okay, so this the two hidden recessive genes are there. Okay, that is combined in the F2 generation, and one dwarf plant is going to be produced. Okay, so this is the conclusion of the monohybrid cross. Okay, once you so one thing, that is genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio. As you know, genotypic ratio. Genotype is the genetic makeup. What are the genes present in the organism? That is the genotype. And the phenotypic ratio is how they appear. Okay. So genotypic ratio is how many capital T are there? 1. How many capital T small t are there? 2. 1 is to 2 and 1 is small t. 1. 1 is to 2 is to 1 is the genotypic ratio. And the phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1. 3 tall and 1 dwarf. 3 tall and 1 dwarf. 3 tall and 1 dwarf. That is the phenotypic ratio. So this is the monohybrid cross. Okay. If you have doubt, you can ask me after this class. And so now we are going to in this class, and monohybrid, dihybrid cross we will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.